I recognize that sparkle in the eyes. You must be the new adventurer everyone's talking about. Hey, I'm Cat. Welcome to Eorzea Adventurer. Today I'll help you pick your first ever job in Final Fantasy XIV. Picking your first job is one of the most difficult things to do when you're first starting the game. You are given so many options and they all look so good. Except for this one. This one is questionable. Luckily for you, you can unlock all these jobs eventually later on in game. But your starter job is always going to be your first experience in 14. Choosing the correct one will make this experience way more enjoyable for you. Like in most MMORPGs, there are 3 roles you can choose from. Tank, DPS, and healer. I'll recommend you the most beginner-friendly job for each role today, as well as some tips and tricks that might be useful. Let's start with DPS. My own beginning job, Archer, which later becomes a Bard, is the most forgiving class you can choose as a beginner. If you're new to the genre or want to experience the game without too much pressure on your shoulders, this is the class for you. Bards attack their foes from a distance, and unlike magical range DPS, they can move during combat without any limitations. This makes it a lot easier to dodge AoEs in most fights. You don't have to worry about any positionals, and your DPS is gonna be fine as long as you keep pressing your buttons. Bard's rotation is pretty straightforward. It's easy to learn, easy to keep up with, but the best part is that juicy buff you provide to your party members. I promise I'm not just trying to make people play Bard because of that buff. It does feel good though. Also, you can unlock performance once you reach level 30 as a Bard. It's just the best beginner job to fall in love with the game with. But let's say you want to try something different. Something to challenge yourself. Something to keep your eyes glued on the screen. Yes, I'm talking about the healer. Do you like babysitting? Then you'll love White Mage. Conjurer, which later becomes White Mage, is the easiest healer to get into 14 with. It's a pure healer with straightforward skills both for healing and DPS. Yes, you heard me correctly. You'll still be doing DPS even as a healer in Final Fantasy XIV. Of course, without forgetting your primary job as a healer, you're expected to keep your tank and party alive. White mages are great at that. With so much burst healing, you won't have any problem in the dungeons. It can be a little scary to start with the healing class, but trust me, the community is super nice. Most players will be very understanding if you tell them you are new to the game. We all were beginners at some point. You have to start somewhere. And then, of course, there's tank. This is the scariest role to play for most beginners. The same thing I said about healers apply here too. You have to start from somewhere and people will be easy on you if you tell them you are new to the game. Gladiator, which later becomes Paladin, is my personal recommendation to those who want to start the game as a tank. It's your regular shield and sword class you can find in most MMOs. The rotation is fairly easy and you get so many mitigations in case things go wrong. The most important thing you need to focus on when you're playing tank is fulfilling your role's duty. You need to make sure your tank stance is on every time you walk into a dungeon. It's crucial to tanking and easy to forget, so make sure to double check, even I forget it sometimes. You want to use and abuse your AoEs on those mobs you pull. And keep an eye on the enemy list to make sure the enemy is trying to eat your face and not someone else's. These are the jobs I recommend to the new players, but it doesn't mean you have to play one of them. As cliche as it is, the best job for you is the job you enjoy the most. So pick up the weapon of your choice, adventurer, and go save Eorzea. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel to help my channel grow, and I'll see you in my next video. Stay cozy!